said when you hired him, you wanted everything to be done, or everything would be done in this program with the defensive focus first. You know, a year later, how have you seen that come to fruition with him? How has he held up to that in your mind?
Yeah, I think he's done, everything that we would have asked. I think the culture, just defensively within our program has really shifted in a lot of ways. I'm proud of how we've progressed schematically. I'm really proud of how we've progressed fundamentally, especially with it being year one, and that probably being the biggest difference for us. I'm proud of how we've responded when we haven't had all of our weapons there, and we just kind of kept going, and we played some really steady ball. Obviously, you can look at the statistics and see a pretty massive difference there, but I don't even think that tells the whole story. I think Dan's been a really consistent leader, along with our defensive staff, and I think our players see that and appreciate that, and certainly, the progress is real by stats, but you just feel the difference right now, and so I think he's done a tremendous job at this point.
It seems like a lot of those stats that are the biggest difference are in key moments, third down, red zone defense. I guess, what does that just in general say about Dan's impact on this defense, just that they're able to rise up more in those moments?
Yeah, I think there's a confidence in the guys of what we're doing, and that the calls that we make or the schemes or the techniques that we teach are going to put ourselves in positions to make plays. And I think our guys have went out there pretty clear-minded and confident to go make them. And typically the teams that are the most clear-minded and confident, well-prepared, show up in those big situations. And that's been some of our biggest moments. The third down defense. The one I was most proud of the other day was in the Nebraska game was the stop after the fumble. Getting that red zone stop. That was a huge part in that game. So, it feels like the majority of our games, we've shown up big in some of those moments, which has given us a chance to win every one of them.
You're pretty hands-on with quarterback recruiting. What have you learned about Luke Heward during this process, sharing that position with him?
Luke's done a great job. It's great to have somebody that I think day in and day out is kind of there with that position. From a recruiting standpoint, talking to all the different people. You never know how these things are going to quite evolve, and I don't know that kind of how some things played out recently, if that would have happened maybe without that setup. So Luke's done a tremendous job, and it was a big key to kind of all that transpired here this week, and so which was a great thing. So he's done a really nice job with both our guys here and in recruiting, and has been a big help to our program.
What kind of impact has the flu outbreak had as the weeks turned over? And
that was like perfect time. Yeah. Is that a good answer? That's had a little bit of an impact. It's part of it though. It's like I told the guys today that Saturday at 7:30. Nobody's gonna care what you had or didn't have. You got to be ready to go play the game. You have different obstacles that come up, and you got to go face them. So we'll deal with it, adjust how we need to, and but no excuses. Got to be ready for Saturday.
Coach, did that get worse this week, like since before the game?
For you specifically?
Yeah. We're a little bit right now, but most of the people, it's been running its course like kind of 48 to 72 hours. So I think we're kind of thinking today probably was the peak of it, and I think we'll get better from here.
Coach, is a performance like Woody Marks on Saturday, is that inspiring to your team, or are they just used to it at this point?
Well, I hope they're not used to it, because it was awesome. But I do think we have come to expect it from him, which is a huge compliment to him that he can make in a performance like that look fairly routine. So, but like I said in the presser, it's what the guy does each and every day. And so I don't think anybody's like totally surprised when he does it, but he's been a warrior for this team all year.
Coach, with the quarterbacks, if Jaden couldn't go for any reason, who's the backup right now?
Oh, Miller. Yeah, Miller.
Lincoln, I don't know if you made anything.
That was a legitimate question. I didn't mean, but yeah, Miller. Yeah.
I don't know if you made anything of it, but Deshaun, some comments yesterday about smarter kids go to UCLA instead of bulletin board for you guys, or nothing.
Let's do one more.
Lincoln, you just gave a lot of appreciation for Eddie, your punter. Just kind of what type of weapon can he be for you guys, when you're
struggling on offense, but able to, almost switch the sides.
Oh, he's been huge all year. He's been good in every game. Whether it's getting the ball off the time, operation times, obviously distance, hang time, getting our guys in position where they can cover. He's done a nice job pinning people down when we've had the opportunity, and it's definitely affected some of our decision making because it has been such a consistent weapon. So, I don't know how you could have a better year than what he's having right now. He's just been absolutely tremendous, and I would give the rest of the punt team credit that as well. We covered well. Operations with Hank and the guys have been awesome. Hank got down there and made a couple tackles the other day. I mean, the punt team as a whole has been an elite unit all year.
Thank you, Coach.
Right. Thanks.